Last time we looked at the eyes and said we need to fix our gaze straight ahead, straight toward wisdom and straight towards God and His ways. This week, we'll talk about the eyes one more time and talk about blind spots because it's so easy to deceive ourselves. And many people end up in bad situations because they just don't have a clear understanding. They don't have a clear vision of what's in front of them or a clear vision of who they are. Reminds me of blind spots when people drive. From time to time, I'll have a friend who comes and says, "Man, I just didn't see that person. They were in my blind spot, and I ended up in an accident." And so many accidents occur just that way because there's that one spot that they just couldn't see, and it happens. Well, life is full of those kind of blind spots, and wisdom wants us to see this, to see the truth before we end up in those situations where we really mess things up. As a matter of fact, Proverbs 26:12 says, "Do you see a man who's wise in his own eyes? There's more hope for a fool than for him." And that's the problem. When we think we already have it figured out, when we see, "Oh, I've got this, I know what I'm doing," we're in big trouble. As a matter of fact, Proverbs 12:15 says, "A fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise person listens to counsel." And so if we're really going to be wise and see things the way they really need to be seen, is we need to understand that we need help. We need other people around us. But it's so unfortunate that oftentimes we don't. Like Proverbs 26:16 says, "In his eyes a slacker is wiser than seven men who can answer sensibly." And so the problem is that a slacker, somebody who's lazy intellectually, just thinks, "Hey, I already got it. I already understand this. I already know what I'm doing." Morally, it's the same way. We can think, "Man, we got this. We're the good people." As a matter of fact, Proverbs 30:12 says, "There's a generation that's pure in its own eyes, but is not washed from its filth." It's that idea that we think we're better than we are. We think we're better than we are intellectually. We think we're better than we are morally. Over and over again, we have these blind spots that we're missing, that we're not seeing the problems in our own lives, and we're headed for trouble if we don't deal with it. So wisdom says, wake up, take a look around, see what you might be missing, because if you don't, you're headed for trouble.